Now we'll do the standing in front of the chair exercises. So the standing leg pump series, stand the body tall, find the weight evenly between each foot. Bring one foot onto the toes, have the hands out to balance. Look straight ahead, like you're balancing a book on top of your head, and then press down and up. As you do this movement, maintain the body very, very still. So there's no sway in the body, there's no movement in the body, just the legs going up and down. Alternate legs, doing about 8 to 10 on each leg. If you want heavier, you can connect the two pedals so that you have both pedals together, and that will provide enough resistance. When you're doing this exercise, ensure that you have the brakes locked on. You don't want the chair to be moving. So on that exercise, we can also challenge it a little bit more by playing with the arm position. So as you bring the leg up, we can have the arms here, or even if you reach overhead. As you reach overhead, this will challenge your balance more. You could also do some rotation. So as you press down, you can rotate. Trying to keep your body in the center line as you rotate, keeping your eyes sweeping along the horizon. Keeping the body nice and balanced and centered. So these exercises are particularly good if you're working with balanced, challenged people. Good for children to develop balance, good for old folks to be able to maintain their balance. After we've done that, we can then turn to the side, which is even more beneficial for balance. When you're doing the side work, use the pedal towards the back so that your foot doesn't hit the front pedal. So you see, as soon as I lift up, if I'm not concentrating, my body goes off to the side. So I prepare myself. We start in a little V, come to the back pedal of the chair. As you lift this foot, you'll see the body wants to sway. Try and keep it right here. As you press down, lift up. This hip is getting this range of motion, this lifting. I'm having to use my core muscles to hold myself stable. Let the eyes look far, head is nice and long and tall. This movement should be a minimum amount of movement in the lower body other than this leg. We can challenge this by adding a side bend. So you can get the side bend position here first and then coordinate it with the lift. As you do these two movements together, we call this movement integration. You're really improving the muscles that you're using for balance. The coordination is quite difficult. And this is very, very useful for especially younger people who are having some movement issues and they're learning how to get their balance. We can then take this outside leg across, place it onto the pedal. Start with a simple movement first where you're just pushing down and lifting up. And these are working these muscles outside that are good for balance. So these are the gluteal muscles. We can also add this little beautiful movement that looks like a ballerina. Nice and slow. You'll see that I'm moving slow because I'm allowing time for my brain and my muscles to coordinate. That's the beautiful part of these movements. We're training what are called neuromuscular systems, which are helping us balance and coordinate better. And what you'd want to do is somewhere 3 to 5 on each side. And then you'd turn around and come to do the back side. So I'll just demonstrate one side on this exercise now. We've done some balance for the legs. We come now into the standing roll down. So the standing roll down, we come back a little bit. I'm going to show 2 variations. If you have disc issues in your back where you're not allowed to flex, you'll do the second variation. But for those of us who are okay to flex, bring the feet together, a little bit of V in the feet, stand nice and tall. And imagine that you're on a swimming pool, a diving board, and you're going to dive over to bring your hands to the pedals. Once you have the pedals, you can see I've rounded my back like a cat. And then I just push down. And breathe in on the way up. And breathe in on the way up. 3 of these. And then after the third one, just keep stacking up. This will stretch all of the nerves running from the top of the brain all the way down to the back of the feet. And this variation, we can do some walking variation, similar to what we did when we were seated. So we roll down. And you can see I'm just pushing one hand down and keeping the other hand there. But I'm keeping this stationary arm straight. So as I bend down, the straight arm allows me to rotate. If I bend that arm, I don't get the rotation. So I'm doing this nice spinal flossing. Then if you wanted to do something much more advanced, let's say for example, play golf or tennis. We take the hand, opposite hand to the pedal, and then push down. You can see my eyes and head turn. They look down at this hand when I come up. As I push down, they look up. Stack all the way back up, and then I'll show you the other side. We reach down to the pedal, fingers are on the outside of the pedal. For those of you who are unable to do flexion, we can do a flat back version. Bring the feet a little bit wider, come into a little bit of a squat here. So you can see this nice hinge position. I keep my back flat and I come down to the pedals, and then I push the pedals down and up. This will ensure that there's any issues in the disc, that you're staying in extension. It's a good exercise for everyone, honestly. We can also do the walking, and we can also do the golf rotation. Now, you might say, hey, I don't play golf, I don't have so much time on my hands. Why would I want to do this? Because you're going to release a lot of the tension in the spine. You see, in the spine, the nerves come out the side parts of the vertebra, and when we release those with side flexion, with rotation, and with forward and backwards flexion, we get a decompression in the nerves. So all of these exercises are very, very useful for your body to be able to recover from sitting or tension. That is our standing routine.